What's up, friends? I think I was being eaten by mosquitoes there for that little pause of elevation jumping. My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. Welcome to Whoop Wednesday, where we will be attempting to tune these three Tinylifters. I did a whole bunch of work last night on these guys to do all the boring nonsense. Put EP2s on all of them. Well, I got to do some of the setup on these guys too. So we're going to do a little bit of setup on these. We're going to bind the EP2s. We're going to make sure that the motors are spinning in the right direction. We're going to spend all night in Betaflight. Maybe we can get one of them tuned. The saga of the Tinylifter is a long one. and it involves much heartbreak and frustration and peeing my pants. So, you know, hopefully it's only 2 out of 3 tonight, but you never know. In the chat, Paul McDonald was first, Bulldog FPV was next, Technique, Danzilla Terrible, Espander, Chopper FPV, McConnell Studios, Dusty Joe, Ram Donko, Mr. Huggy, Northern Tier, Slim, Bobby Bags, Jackalope, June Loco. How you doing, friends? Welcome to hell. Hey, Sleepy CBR, for those of you that got here early, you get a bonus, potentially. Sleepy CBR bought the second to last sticker pack, and he overpaid. He sent $20. The sticker packs were $10. He sent $20, and he said, "I'll take a sticker pack, give the other one away to the first person who says they want it. I'm gonna make you work a little bit harder than that, though." What's up, 661? What's up, Aaron? It's gonna be a quiz. So if you want the last of the holographic old school logo sticker packs, you're gonna get the big holographic logo, the small holographic old school logo, the new school one, and then either the window cling or the sticker. If you want this last sticker pack, the first person to tell me who crowned me as the Mico King will get it. Who was it? What is the name of the person that, gave me the nickname, the Mico King? Didn't really give me the nickname. Wow, that was quick. Jesus. ImpFPV. Well, hold on. Bobby Bags says Joshua Bardwell. Incorrect. Kenny Kobe says Ladrib, Josh, and then blank. ImpFPV spelled it wrong, but ImpFPV says Stinny. He meant to type Stingy, as in Stinger Swarm, as in... Oh, there he goes. ImpFPV then comments Kevin. So ImpFPV, it's all yours, brother. Shoot me a message somewhere. CiottiFPV.com has all my contact info, and I changed the horrible theme that I was using, so it looks a lot better now. Yeah, all my contact info is over on CiottiFPV.com. Message me, tell me you won the sticker pack, tell me if you want the sticker or the window cling, and give me your address, and I'll send it out to you, my man. Congrats. Early birds get the contest. Did anybody else get it? ImpFPV got it. Aaron FPV got it. He was too slow, though. June Loco thought it was Ladrib. JRB thought it was Bardwell. If you haven't seen it, here's the this is arguably the best. I mean, this is certainly the video that I worked hardest on out of all my edits. It should be in FPV edits. It's an old one, but yeah, it's also like the only edit that I have that's like a proper story that like tells an actual story. And it's a lot of people's favorite sort of edit of mine ever. And it is right down here. There it is. Quad Camp Indoor Power Loop and Matty Flip. And Joshua Bardwell's telling the story is there as well. Copy, and here you guys go. If you want something fun to watch. There's my perspective. And then here's Joshua's edit. The most extreme Matty Flip I ever saw happened at Quad Camp. This is going to make me feel very old looking at the date on this. Wow! February 2nd, 2018. Good Lord. So here's Joshua's perspective on the madness. Check it out, friends. You'll dig it. It's like there's proper storytelling going on in there. And it was a super awesome event and thing and donkey. Yeah. CiottiFPV.com also has a whole bunch of shit that you can do to help me continue to do this full time. I need everybody's help. I need everybody to do a little something. 10 cents a day is pretty cheap, and you can like really support me by joining the Patreon. That's really what has the most impact. Let me just write ImpFPV on here, just in case I forget or something like that. ImpFPV. There we go. Yeah, $3 a month. It makes a huge difference, and you're gonna get a ton of benefits from it. Super secret playlist on YouTube with sketchy flying and Patreon only live streams, all kinds of stuff. Technical articles, full access to the Discord channel, access to the Stick and Dick End Fund. That's worth 10 cents a day right there. To be able to try out every single stick end that exists to figure out which one makes you fly better, because they literally will make you fly better if you're using the ones that work with your brain and fingers better. There's also a bunch of affiliate links if you're doing an order for anything on Amazon. I know you're ordering stuff on Amazon. I know you are. Click my goddamn link before you check out, and I'll get free money, and then I'll piss it away on stuff to test for you. And a whole bunch of other websites. FPV Crate, FPV Crate. FPV Cycle, Oh My God's website, Get FPV, and a whole bunch more. Do it! So yeah, that's what we're gonna do tonight. We're gonna try to get one of these three tiny lifters up in the air with the Insta360 GO in a way that doesn't cook the motors or the batteries or the flight controller. I stole that from Mighty Car Mods. Go give him a subscription. It's short enough where I haven't gotten copyright stricken for it yet. This is a box from TinyWhoop.com. Speaking of TinyWhoop.com, they just restocked their 30,000 kV motors. So if you want to build the ultimate freestyle TinyWhoop, you got to get their 0702 30,000s. Those are the ones. Get yourself a Mobula 6 ELRS. Switch it over to BT 2.0. Get the FPV batteries or the TinyWhoop batteries. They also have BT 2.0 folded cell batteries now. Get yourself a Meteor 65 frame. I missed the box. And the 0702 30,000 kV motors with the Gemfan biblades. And you will have the best flying freestyle TinyWhoop
in the world.
Did that glitch out or did that work? I think it worked that time. We've got a box from TinyWhoop.com. I did this. I placed this order a day or two before the motors came back in stock because I wanted to make sure that I snagged some of their batteries before they sold out. And I don't need any of the extra motors. I managed to snag 2 sets of the 0702 30,000s, so I'm good to go there. Sometimes Jesse puts a playing card in the box. Look at the little space theme on the back there. What's that about? Have you guys seen these Space Force commercials? Are you fucking kidding me with this? Space Force. Really? We're spending billions of dollars of taxpayer money on fucking Space Force? I feel like the lasting stupidity from the Trump administration will just never go away. I feel like for the rest of our lives, things will happen to us and we'll be like, what kind of Mickey Mouse bullshit is this? Oh, right. I remember now. That time that we completely lost our fucking minds. Space Force. You assholes. What a shit show, man. What an embarrassment. What a complete just ugh. Here we are. Here we are. And here we are. If you want to talk to me directly in the chat, all you gotta do is type CiottiFPV. If you do that, it'll light up an orange, and that's how I'll know that you're talking directly to me. Like that. You don't have to put an @ in front of it, but you can if you'd like. Paul McDonald's first. He says, "Woo! CiottiFPV got some new RC Empowered 2306 2280 kV motors for a lightweight build glide today. Hope they fly as well as my OG oh my god 2306 2150 kV. They're buttery smooth. The RC Empowered 2306s are arguably the best 2306s there are. They're not quite light enough though. I still like the T-Motor F40 Pro 4s because they're lighter. Hey Paul, can you do me a favor? Do you have a half decent scale? Can you weigh those? I never trust the weights on websites. Can you weigh one of those motors? I'm very curious. 2280 kV is a weird kV. That's like a 5S kV. You can of course motor limit it down in the PID tab, and all is right with the world. But that's an interesting kV. You could run that kV on 4S and still get pretty good power. It's kind of a cool kV. Because you can run it up at 100% on 4S. Like 2400 kV, I've tested the hell out of on 6S with motor limiting, and it's totally fine. But you are technically losing a little bit of throttle resolution with that high of a kV, because you're gonna have to motor limit that down to like 75%, or else you're just gonna have bombastic mega power and doom and death and destruction. 2280 kV is a lot more realistic. On 4S, you'll be a little underpowered, but it serves you right for forgetting your 6S batteries. So yeah, there's that. Espander says hello, and other beautiful bastards. I'm off to bed now. You all have a great stream. I hope you dream about flying, Espander, not crashing. Flying. Ramdonko says, Mobula 7, what's SE0802 and EX0802 and the other 0802s even mean? The SE0802s, those are what I call the full can motors. They're heavier, they're more durable. The EX0802s are the lightweight 0802s, which basically they spit magnets and they're just more fragile. Just think of it that way. The EX0802s are lighter, but they're more fragile, which, you know, is a thing, right? When you save weight, typically you lose some durability. If you're building a Mobula 7, the battery is going to be below the motor mount bases, so you can get away with the EX0802s. Where the EX0802s really fall to pieces and become fragile is when you run them on like a Cockroach frame or a Meteor 64 frame, where the motor base, the motor mounts are the lowest point on the frame. So when you land or when you wall tap, the motor screws slam against the wall, and that creates like a big G spike. And that's what spits the motors out the magnets out the bottom of the motor. So yeah, the EX0802s, and on TinyWhoop.com, Jesse calls them Hex 0802s. Those are fragile, but they're lightweight. They make great power, but you don't want to run them on a Mobula on any frame where the motor mount base is the lowest point. You guys know what I'm saying when I say that? So this is what I mean. The battery is tucked up, so the motor screws are going to be the lowest point. So when you slap down or slap against a wall, it's going to put all that energy into the motors, and it's going to break those fragile motors. Whereas most 75mm frames, this is the Mobula 7 V4, have the battery as the lowest point. So when you slam down with this thing, the battery and the plastic, it absorbs the shock rather than sending it right into the motors. And then even when you hit on an angle, there's just not a way that you can slam the motors directly into something hard to create that really violent like amount of G-force that's going to spit these motors out the bottom. So yeah. And this is a really great combo right here. This is a Mobula 7. I mean, I've got a Mobula 6 AIO on here, but there's kind of no reason for that. This is just basically a Mobula 7 ELRS. You could build your own one of these and it would be amazing. Mobula 7 ELRS, tinywhoop.com hex 0802 30,000 kV motors on the Gemfan biblades. You're going to want to motor limit this down a little bit. But yeah, this would be great if for some reason you want to fly a TinyWhoop outside. This is probably about as good as it's ever going to get. I don't fly TinyWhoops outside. I fly them inside, and the 75mm rigs are a little too heavy for that, in my opinion. But it's still a great build. This is the best 75mm build I've ever been able to put together, and good Lord, have I tried a lot of different combinations. So, yeah. I assume you guys can hear me when I talk into the wall. Let me get caught up on chat, and then we're going to go through this little mailbag unboxing. Slim says, what's up? Imp says, Steiny. Imp also says, I DM'd you at Patreon. Awesome. Metal Dirtskin says, still holding out for Home of the Whooper version. It's coming. It's coming, Metal. I sent CMYK that idea. We just have to find some time to get together and knock it out. Danzilla the Terrible says, when I first got into this hobby, I'm embarrassed to admit that I thought Nurk and Stingy were the same person for like 2 months. I fucking love that. Oh, I love that. I love that. That's absolutely terrific. That's fantastic. Don't you dare be embarrassed about that. That's great. Ram Donko says, Mighty Carmod stole that from you. I wish. Paul McDonald says, no problem, man, with or without wires. I would love both, but I don't want you to have to cut your wires off. With wires is totally fine. I think I have an F40 Pro 4 with wires somewhere. Mutterskin says, I built all my glides with the 2150 kV motors for that very reason. Still fly great with my old 5S batteries, or is fine on 6S with a motor limit. Yeah, I really like that. I never thought about. So the T-Motor F40 Pro 4s come in 1950 kV, which is a whole hell of a lot for 6S. So I scale them down to like 85%, I think. And I could absolutely run those on 5S. 4S though, 1950 would be a little low. Just a little bit low. So yeah, 2150 makes an awful lot of sense. There's some there's a whole bunch of stuff. Jesse threw in a whole bunch of extra stuff. Very cool. Very, very cool of him. Wow! Paul McDonald says motors are 36 grams with all the wire, 33 grams after snipping to use race wire. Jesus, that's heavy. So that's why I never got those RCN Power 2306s. That's I mean, I shouldn't say Jesus that's heavy. I should say Jesus that's heavy compared to the T-Motor F40 Pro 4. Most of the 2306s are that same weight. 32, 33, 34 grams with the short wires. The T-Motor F40 Pro 4s are just ultra light, as they've always been. The Pro 2s were also very, very lightweight, which is why I ran them. So yeah, those RCN Powers are the normal weight for a 2306. Are you sure, is that, although that's almost 2306.5 weight. Are they 2306.5 or just regular old 2306? Thanks for weighing those, Paul. That's awesome of you. Ramdongo says, yep, cockroach thoughts. What? Oh, yeah, right. Cockroach frame is the same way as these. The motor mounting is level with the battery mounting. Ramdongo says, the flat 550 mAh jammed in was a thought. What? What are we talking about? The Mobula 7, I guess? I think we're talking about the Mobula 7. That's an okay battery. I like these tiny little 300 mAh EMAX batteries. They're so much lighter. than those big ones. All right, so I ordered a bunch of stuff, and it looks like Jesse threw in a whole bunch of extra stuff because he's the man. Gemfan big old battery strap. This is a very heavy battery strap, but it's like absolutely bomb-proof, and it's got this like rubber kind of woven in that makes it nice and sticky on your battery. So yeah, this is, if you have a big fat rig, this is a great battery strap for it, and it's got the Gemfan logo on it, which is a big fat win. I'm gonna put this on the on something, maybe on the Razorback. Hi, dog. What are you? Oh God, no. Why are you shaking? Get up here. Come on. Okay. No, dog. What are you doing? Don't just sit under there and stare at me. It's weird, man. Don't be weird. Don't make it weird, please. Duke, don't make it weird. Oh God, you're just gonna sit down there and... Why are you shaking? You usually start shaking when I power the quads up because you don't like the beeps and the boops. What are you doing under there? Oh God, get out. Get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, that breath. Oh God damn it. Get. You gotta go. You gotta go. I can't have that hot breath while I'm trying to work, doggy. Please respect me just once. Please respect me enough to go away. Oh my God, you're such a bad dog sometimes. No respect. None. None. You should see me trying to get him out of bed when he... Never mind. Look, an atomic fireball. This brings me back to my youth. The two Utes. Anybody want an atomic fireball? I certainly don't. This will make me have diarrhea pants. We'll put this over here. Jesse also threw in a little lipo checker, which is super awesome. Can't have enough of these things. This is the ultra stabby one with the little, you know, little pins on the bottom there. Ooh, stabby, stabby, dobby. There you go. You can see it there. Stabby, ultra stabby. That's gonna be a giveaway item. Look at this! A little thingy, a little keychain thingy. That's gonna be a giveaway as well. I ordered this. I paid $1 for this. No, I think this is free. Jesse's got a bunch of items hidden on his website for kids that you can add for free. Am I the only one that was completely obsessed with these things when I was young and to this day? What? Is there something I can get with it? What? It's not strong enough to get bags of props. What? ImpFPV's sticker pack. What? Woo! It pulled it off the desk. It didn't pick it up. Will it pick it up? It'll pick it up. Look at that. Oh my God. I love these things. I love these sticky hands. I just think it's just the greatest. Just the greatest. And little known fact, if you take scissors and cut this up into little pieces and then sit in the back of your classroom and flick it up into the ceiling tiles, these will like stick to the ceiling tiles forever. And then eventually they'll like leach their dye into the ceiling tiles and just ruin them. I definitely didn't do that, though, in the back of health class. That was not me. That was someone else. What if I put it here? What if I tie it to this? Can you tie it? I'm tying it. Tying it to my lamp. Here we go. Our lamp has a sticky hand. That'll bite me in the ass at some point. Almost certainly. Paul McDonald says, I considered the F40s, but for whatever placebo reason, I don't like motor limiting, and didn't want to go to 2400 kV. Yeah, they're straight up 2306s. Okay, cool. Ramdonko says, center of gravity. What about center of gravity RAM? Zoe Tech says it's called anti-slip. Zoe Tech, for anybody who doesn't know, is We Bleed FPV. Super awesome dude. Awesome batteries. The most beefy, amazing TinyWhoop, giant TinyWhoop gates I've ever seen. And soon to be the purveyor of 24,500, 26,500, and 28,500 0702 Red motors. So when TinyWhoop inevitably runs out, I think beginning of next month is when the We Bleed motors are hopefully going to be in stock. There you go. You know where to get you some awesome 07. I got to be honest, the whole 0702 thing, I think it's the way to go. These are the TinyWhoop dischargers, which I just love. A little reminder, which is important. Always closely monitor any chargers and charging batteries. This is also a quick voltage checker. If the light stays solid for a moment before discharging, the battery is over 4.15 volts and is ready to go. So yeah, these are the little dischargers. I got these specifically for you guys, actually. One of the perks on Patreon, if you jump onto the $5 and up tier, is bi-weekly giveaways. Every other Monday I do 4 giveaways. And yeah, I was running low on TinyWhoop stuff for the giveaways, so I snagged some random things that everybody can love. So yeah, one of these is for you guys. The other one is actually for me, because it's red, and everything has to be color coded, or else everything has to be either red or purple. That's just the way that it is. That's just the deal around these parts. I think that this is the one that I have. I have 2 of them. One of them is definitely purple. This other one is orange, I think. Let's take a look. Let's take a quick look. Are you orange? It is orange. Yeah, so this is going to go to one of you guys, actually. Giveaway item. And then this guy should be red, and that's going to be for me. So that I have one red one and one purple one. Bozidar Reyes says, where is the cat? What do you mean? What cat? Bozidar, have you not been around for the last year? If you're talking about my old cat, Harry, my wife left me a year ago and took him. So that's where Harry is. Hey, it's red! Now we're talking. I'm not salty or anything, though. All right, this is not charged. I'm really not. My new life is 10 times what my old life was. I am the luckiest motherfucker in the world that everything went down the way that it did, if I'm completely honest. And, you know, so, like, use that, guys. Life kicks your ass sometimes. It certainly kicked my ass last year and the year before and the year before. You know, look at me now. Living in a big, beautiful house with amazing people that have just completely, like, put me into a whole different place of sanity and just everything, man. So, yeah. Even when shit gets bad, it's not just going to be bad forever. You know, it might be bad for a little while. That's okay. The bad shit is what makes the good shit that much better. You just got to keep going. And mental illness stuff makes that a little difficult sometimes, which is rough. But just keep going, man. Just keep going, goddammit. That's the only way. It's the only way. And look, TinyWhoop has these little 3D printed keychain things for these little guys. So they snap in to the little bing bong, and yeah, look at that. Maybe it goes in this way. Get in there. As a reminder, tonight we're going to be attempting to tune these Tinylifters. I'm delaying that as much as I possibly can. There it is. It slides in that way. I'm delaying that as much as I can because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a goddamn nightmare. But maybe it won't be. Maybe it will be. But that's okay. We'll, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully everything is fine. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. Nothing will be fine. This is a little lens cleaner. Wipe your lens. Hey, TinyWhoop family, thanks for the support. Before your next flight, wipe your lens. Little lens wiper. There we go. All right, now to the good. Well, hold on. Showed you guys this. Now to the good stuff. Stickers! Hey, it's TinyWhoop season. Look at that. Oh God, the sticky hand is down already. Look at that one. Look at this one. That's a cool one. Yeah. Okay. Now to the good stuff. Sticky hands. Gotta figure something cool to do with this. Other than just whipping people in the face with it, which is what I really want to do with it. There we go. That's a good spot for it. Look at this. Tell me this isn't the sickest looking Meteor 65 frame you've ever seen. Jesse is hand dyeing things. See that sticker there? It says hand dyed in Loveland, Colorado. Look how hot this purple is. This is the other reason I quick did a tinywhoop.com order, because I think Jesse only made like 5 of these, and I was afraid it was gonna go away. Look how fucking hot that is, yo. This is the sexiest Meteor 65 frame
in the world.
Yeah, where'd it go? There it is. I'm so excited to swap this into one of the builds. One of the freestyle builds. Hopefully it's not like brittle or anything weird. God only knows what happens when you dye plastic. Feels totally fine though. So yeah, he might have some of these left. He's got a whole shitload of different colors that he's hand dyeing. Go check it out on tinywhoop.com. So yeah, this is the thing I'm most excited about, to be honest with you, about this order. Cause yeah, and Jesse did say that it took him forever to figure out how to get this purple. Like, he's been trying to get a proper purple dye on to these frames and not having any luck for a while. I also snagged a Meteor 65 Pro frame, which is the one with bigger ducts. So this is the regular Meteor 65, this is a Meteor 65 Pro. Look at the difference in the size of the ducts. It's kind of subtle, but it's there. See that? Here, what if I put them like this? What if I put them like that? There you go, now you can really see it. You can't really see it. But yeah, this is designed for slightly bigger propellers. You have to use an AIO that is cut down a little bit in order to use this. BetaFPV makes an AIO that's cut down like that. Happy Model now makes an AIO that's cut down with their Mobula 6 HD0. So that's what I got this for. He also had some hand-dyed propellers, the slightly bigger propellers for this. So here's the other way that I can show you this. These are the propellers specifically made for the bigger frame. If I put these propellers into the regular Meteor 65 frame, they too big. They're too big. See it? See how it's too big? It's too big. Won't fit. But in this one, in the Pro frame, they do fit. It just falls right through. So yeah, I'm gonna give I'm gonna give this slightly bigger propeller thing a shot, and I'll let you know how it goes. I gotta be honest, I don't have high hopes. Someone from chat has already tried this and didn't have good luck, but worth a shot. You know, the frame was like $3 and the props were like, I don't know, probably $3 as well. So yeah, it's a cheap little donkey, a little experiment. Let me get caught up on chat real quick. PJ says, Mom used to yell at me for sticking them to the ceiling too. Metadertskin says, bet you can't hit the camera lens. I bet I can't too. Jackalope FPV says, I haven't been tuning a ton the last few months, but have you heard from Daniel? Haven't seen him here, or tuning in, not tuning. Yeah, he's busy. He's got a new job. And he's just a little busy, but yeah, he's doing well. Daniel being Remy Tim, he's doing well. I heard from him not too long. He was in here not too long ago, telling us about his new job. I think he's working in audio again, which is just awesome because that's his background and specialty. Brandon's Baked Bean says, I had my transmitter batteries die on me during a reckless impromptu long range flight today. Had to change my batteries while the drone was in rescue mode and flying home. Oh my god. That is a fucking nightmare. Jesus. Sounds like you made it happen though. That's pretty rad. Alright, cool. So yeah, this Meteor 65 Pro frame. Cross your fingers for me. Hey, these are hand-dyed purple propellers too. That I think Jesse still has some more of if you want to go down that rabbit hole. The non-hand dyed, I think these propellers are 35 millimeters. Don't quote me on that. But the regular ones that Jesse hasn't dyed, I don't really like the colors all that much. They're kind of weird colors. It's like a strange orange. Two more exciting things in this order. TinyWhoop.com BT 2.0 batteries. These are the. I'm 99% sure that these are the same as the NewBeeDrone Nitro Nectar Gold, but those have the wrong connector. The WeBleedFPV 300s and the Tattoo 300s. I'm pretty sure these are the same thing. They look absolutely identical. But hey, what the hell? I needed a couple more batteries. No reason to not spread the love out and support tinywhoop.com, WeBleedFPV. Tattoo. The Tattoo batteries were donated to me, which was super awesome. I wouldn't have bought them, but it was great that we got to test them. When I can, I try to support smaller shops. Nothing wrong with Tattoo. They're a small business. Everything in FPV is a small business, but TinyWhoop and WeBleedFPV are even smaller businesses. So, if given the choice, I'll support them. But yeah. We've got some fresh 300 mAh BT 2.0 batteries, which is awesome because I've been really beating on my existing BT 2.0 batteries. So I'm actually going to throw 2 of these on the charger right now. And at the end of the live stream, maybe we'll put them up in the air and maybe I'll be able to tell a difference between these fresh ones and so my WeBleedFPV batteries, they've been pounded on the worst. I've really just abused the hell out of them. They were the first of the folded cell BT 2.0s that I got. So yeah, they've been in circulation the longest, and man, I have just whooped the shit out of them, and they're fine. Like, I don't... The Tattoo BT 2.0s are much newer, and I can't tell a difference whatsoever between the two of them. This is the new small antenna, and I think it's broken. No, it's not. 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 It's not broken. Or is it? Hold on, let me see. No, it's not broken. It's okay. Whew! Okay, good. Yeah, this is the new absolute most absurdly lightweight batteries ever. This is a true RC Singularity with the case removed. And Jesse worked on it with Hugo, and I absolutely love it, man. This is like absurdly lightweight, but you should still get the same performance as the Singularity, which is pretty much the best performing antenna in the world. I already did it twice, so I can't really justify doing it a third time. I'm gonna remove the little locking thing off of this, because on the TinyWhoop boards it hits the board. I love the idea behind the little locking thing, but yeah, it just hits the boards. Usually I can remove them without wrecking them, but in this case I accidentally just wrecked it, and I just jammed that into my fingernail. That kind of hurt like hell. Come off, you little wanger. Man, this is be careful if you get one of these antennas. Woo boy, it is fragile. Be very careful. You're just dealing with like the inner element, which is fragile. I can't think of another word. So just be super careful. Come on. Come off of there, little locking piece. Come on out of there. Come on off of there, little locking bit. Yeah, I love the idea behind the locking piece. Oh, man.
In the world.
Oh, man. I just ripped the U.F.L. off. Oh. Damn it. I was grabbing, I was gripping onto the U.F.L. piece and everything.
In the world.
Ever see a grown man destroy $20 right before your very eyes? God damn it. I'll try to sneak it back on there, but I've played this game before, and it's not gonna go back on. But we'll weigh it. On my scale, it's coming up 0.3 of a gram. He's got the weight measurement on the website. That's lighter than even the linear whip antennas. Man, I stabbed myself in the finger, and then I ruined the damn thing. Man, really? Is this real life? I mean, I was kind of pulling on it. Farts. That's a fucking bummer. All right, well, okay, so here it is. So here's the deal. Here's how you don't make the same mistake I just did. In order to remove it, don't just try to pull on it. Dig it out. So you lift the two little things. Those are easy to lift. Come on, please. Please, Logitech. Please, you gigantic asshole. Okay. You can lift the two bits. See how they're lifted there? And then you want to dig in between the little latch and the U.F.L. You want to dig in there, and then you can pop it off without ripping it off. Damn it. Here, we're gonna try to put it back on there. I'm gonna try to put it back in there and get it clamped down again. So go in here like this, and we're gonna go. Hold on, let me look at this with a 5x loop. See if I can figure this out. I'm just gonna do this with a 5x loop because I won't be able to do it right otherwise. So you guys aren't gonna see me doing this, but if this ever happens to you, you're screwed. But you might not be screwed. Let me actually also, I'm gonna open this up a little bit so I can maybe get it back on there, and then I can hopefully clamp it back down. So you guys are not going to get to see any of this because it's just too goddamn small. But it's not like if this happens to you, just look at it and you'll be like, oh, that's how it works. It's just it's just like, I don't know. I really have no idea how to describe it, but if it happens to you, get your little 5X loop out and just look at it, and you'll see how it goes. So yeah, let me try to get this back in here. And there's like an inner element, and then there's outer strands on the shielding. And basically, you need to tuck in the strands on the shielding. The inner strands will usually stay straight, so they're not really the problem. It's the outer strands with the shielding that are kind of a pain in the ass. And I could probably get this and then put a little bit of solder on here, maybe. I'll fart around with this later, but just for right now, I just want to kind of show you guys that all's not lost. You can kind of sort of repair, because you'll at some point you will rip the U.F.L. off of an antenna cable. So this is like a good little skill to kind of have. And it's yeah, you can just look at it and you'll be like, oh, that's all that holds them on? That's absolutely ridiculous. And I mean, I don't disagree. It is kind of crazy. I wish MMCX didn't break off inside the port and completely ruin the VTXs, because then MMCX would be better. But in my experience, it just isn't. MMCX, like, it doesn't fail in this way, but it fails in a different way that ruins the VTX. At least when these UFLs fail, they don't jam in the in the port of the VTX, potentially ruining that as well. It's just the antenna that gets ruined. So I have now like opened the little schlaps up on the. You can kind of see it there. I've opened the little holder bits up, and then you can slide this little antenna back in here, but then you got to try to crimp it down again so this doesn't just happen immediately, and that's where like a little dot of solder would technically help, but you can't put too much on there because then it'll explode. Ah, shit. You also got to be really careful, like you're dealing with individual strands of wires. So like that just rubbed against my finger, and the inner strands of wire went rogue. So yeah, this is tough, man. And you got to get the center strands into this little like center area. This is a bit of a nightmare. In like 5 seconds, I'm gonna give up on this, and I'll try to do it after the stream. But I would love to be able to get it now to prove to you guys that it is possible. But this is getting a little ridiculous. This is goddamn ridiculous. Anybody know a trick to doing this? Has anybody had this happen? I've only had this happen a couple of times. I'm usually very gentle on UFLs. Oh, I think I got it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much in there. Nah, not really. Yeah, I got to do this after the stream. It's just a little bit too fiddly, and with you guys not being able to see it, it's you're basically listening to a podcast right now. Well, that's a little bit of a bummer. That's okay though. I might be able to get it fixed. So there we go, friends. There's your unboxing for the day. Ramdongo says I rescued a big angry cat called Harry. She was a great friend for 5 years. Maine Coon. Nice. Maine Coons are fun. They have interesting personalities. Dusty Joe says I ripped off the ribbon on my TinyWhoop antenna. That blows. We have an HD0 set up. I'm Gross98's in the house. He says, I love my small 20mm fits under canopy for Mobula 7 and Mobula 6. That's exactly what I want to do with mine. Rem Douglas says, I bought a roll of 50 U.F.L. sockets yet to use. It's hard. Brainswick Bean says, oh geez, we're trying to recrimp the U.F.L. Yeah, I'm going to do it after the stream. Kiz Bartlett says, hello, my sticker pack arrived today and they're amazing. Thanks. You're certainly welcome, Kiz. And cool, we're caught up. Let's get to tuning by ear. This is the Tinylifter that we finished up on Monday and had limited success with it. Without the Insta360 GO on it, it was okay. But as soon as I put the Insta360 GO on it and loaded it down, I think it brought the cruising RPM into a band that's making some vibrations, and it got kind of angry. But let's do this. Let's throw it into Betaflight. Let's the tune was completely fine. So that one of the issues with these Tinylifters is that the tune has to be really jacked up, like really cranked up, to deal with the weight of the Insta360 GO 2. So you can't just like back the tune off, but you also can't, but then, you know, there's a lot of electrical noise, there's a lot of shit going on, so the tune can't be too nutty. So it's a hell of a balancing act, and my suspicion is that it's just going to take some time, kind of bouncing things around to get it into a really good place. I did just notice that the rear, the rear screw in the canopy was extremely loose, which is real bad. So maybe that was the only issue. So let's do this. Let's put the Insta360 GO 2 on it, and we'll put it up in the air and see if maybe that fixed the problem. That could absolutely have been the all of the problem. So let's see. We're gonna go in here and like that. Come on, you little bastard. All right, every time I put it in, the Insta360 starts recording. This time it didn't. I'll be damned. Okay. So we're just gonna run these. I have a bunch of these BetaFPV 260s charged. When this thing goes into when it starts oscillating and shit, it's really hard on the batteries. So I don't want to use my good batteries quite yet until I've figured the tune out. So we're just gonna annihilate some of these crappy BT 2.0 BetaFPV batteries. So yeah, let's get that started. Let's get a little baseline here. This is the rig that's on the NewBeeDrone 1102 Flow motors, which are 10,000 kV. I thought 10,000 kV would be a little too low, but it kind of seems like it's all right. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'll know more once we get the tune figured out with the Insta360 GO on it. But let's just give this a shot and see what's what. I'm not even going to put goggles on yet. We're just going to hover it next to me because I can hear and see the oscillations. So let's see. Let's see what's going on here. This also has the Gemfan quadblades on it to try to offset the low kV. Nope. So you see it hang. So I was zero throttle as it continued to raise and lower. So yeah, we're getting some. We're getting too much shakiness. Is the situation here? Man, this canopy is just not happy at all, though. Which is probably which can't be helping things. So let's. I think I remember needing to drill these Cockroach 75. No, I just didn't turn the screw enough. What, really? What's happening here? Is this stripped? It might be stripped out. All right, let's try this again. Put the Insta360 GO in. I'm starting to feel like the Insta360 GO mount might be pulling on the rear of this canopy, and it might be like stripped out. What's going on, Insta360 GO? Are you recording? Are you not recording? I don't want you recording. All right, so it's definitely tight now. Let's try that again. Can't have the canopy wobbling around. That could absolutely be a cause of the problem, because it's just creating incorrect gyro readings. Anything vibrating around falls under that same sort of thing. Like, you can't have something vibrating around. It's going to create a gyro signal that is literally incorrect. So let's try this. Nope, still a problem. Zero throttle. Zero throttle. See how it's just hanging in the air while I'm zero throttle? It's no good. And the canopy is now solid. Okay, so let's get this into Betaflight. We're going to back the... well, I might need to get this onto 4.3. Did I put this onto 4.3 the other night? I don't think I did. Brandon's Baked Bean says, if you have some mid-throttle issues, then maybe try 2 to 3 narrow notches. Maybe compare that to how it feels with just a single wider notch. Being a whooper probably has wide resonance mid-band. Very cool, Brandon. Thank you for that feedback. We are going to really be digging into this tuning here tonight for the next hour. But let's figure out where the baseline is. I have a funny feeling that this is still on 4.2. Let's get it onto 4.3 if that's the case, because the filtering is better in 4.3. Betaflight's coming up, and let's see what we got here. Eventually. B-Brain BLV3, it is still on 4.2. Okay, so first things first, let's get it onto 4.3. In order to do that on a NewBeeDrone board, you've got to go to NewBeeDrone's GitHub, and you've got to download their specific hex. Here's the link to do that, because it is kind of hard to find. Metal Dirksen says, reminds me I forgot to add a couple of those small antennas on my 0702 order. And then Dusty Joe says, ribbon thing on the True RC TinyWhoop antenna. Ah, okay, okay. The top part, I guess, you mean. So yeah, you got to get your hex. 4.3 version 1.0. So we want B-Brain BLV3. This is what we want here. Usually you have to, no, they fixed it. You can just click it and it's going to download it. Let's show it in the Finder. And so then you go over here, you go to update firmware. Well, actually, hold on. First, we're going to take a screenshot of the ports tab just so that we know what they need to be. And I don't think I need a screenshot of anything else. Everything else is pretty standard. Power and battery. Yeah, that should be dialed in already. Presets, PID tuning. So we've got a pretty cranked up PID tune on here already, which we're going to need. Like the PID tune is going to need to be aggressive to control the weight of the Insta360 GO too. Rates, filters. Yeah, it looks like I've got the filtering turned down to try to deal with this. This is a rig that's been up in the air before. I've been farting around with this quite a bit. We had just the single dynamic notch, of course, because that's all 4.2 has. Crossfire for the receiver. Yeah, nothing too nutty in here. I do have the OSD all set up there. Let's do this. Let's do a diff, and we're gonna put it into a document, and then I can just cherry pick out a couple of things here. So let's grab this, and then we'll go text edit, new document, and really? Oh, okay. Guys, there was a sensor that was lost. Okay, so that's the safest way to do it. Now you've got your diff sitting in here. So we go to update firmware, and then you're gonna load firmware local because we downloaded this specific hex. The reason why is that NewBeeDrone uses a they use a specific version of they don't use the standard OSD chip because it's gigantic, and because they use their own OSD chip, this is what you have to do. Full chip erase is on, and we're gonna click flash firmware. Jason Crabtree was just laughing about Instagram conversation. Obviously, it's the 5-inch class that are way easier to tune well. You're still one of the few paving the way for the TinyWhoops. Thank you, dude. Yeah, it's very frustrating, but I think it's worth it. Controller, take it easy. All hell's breaking loose over here. The controller is very confused by the TinyWhoop being flashed. All right, so there we go. Programming successful. We are good to go. It's rebooting. We're gonna hit connect. May or may not work. Accelerometer is not calibrated. Let's put it somewhat flat on the table here and take care of that real quick. That's pretty flat. All right, there we go. Accelerometer is now calibrated. So now we get to run through some of this stuff and set it back up. Here's how, lately I've been doing it with these diffs. Eventually, after you've looked at the CLI shit enough, you know what it means. But don't feel dumb if you don't, because it is a little bit cryptic. But basically, we can come down here. The serial is going to come across. LED, that's going to come across fine. Mode, color, that's fine. The aux channels, that's fine. You don't want to copy everything from the diff when you're going from one version to another, but these things up here are typically pretty safe. The other thing that's nice is it'll throw up red text on most of the stuff that it doesn't understand between 4.2 and 4.3. We've got we pasted these in and we've got no red text, so we should be fine thus far. See this dynamic notch cue? Do not copy this over. Anything remotely regarding PIDs or filtering, you do not want to copy over from the diff. So dynamic notch, do not copy this. Accelerometer calibration, we could copy that, but we just did that. Min check and max check, that's safe. RSSI channel 8, that's fine, although I probably don't need that with ELRS, but whatever. RC smoothing, don't copy that over. So I'm just going to grab these three and dump these in. No red text, so we're good. Set serial RX provider crossfire, that's safe. D-shot idle value, not safe. Don't copy that over. Battery capacity 380, that's not really true. We're going to change that to 300. Now we can copy that over. Yaw motors reversed on, that's safe. PID process denom 2, not safe, I don't think. Although, to be honest, I don't really know what that is. Thrust linear of 10, that's safe. OSD, and now here's all of our OSD stuff. So this is safe. And then we've got some VTX stuff. That's safe as well. VTX power 2, low power disarm, awesome. Video system NTSC, great. FreeSky SPI. Oh, so this is the binding data for Express LRS, so that's cool. Set name Ciotti, that's fine too. So we can grab this big chunk and dump that in. No red text, so we're good. And then see all this stuff? Dynamic low pass, do not copy this over. Dynamic low pass, D-term low pass, don't copy it. Feed forward transition of 100, don't copy that either. PID sum limit of 1,000. Yeah, we're gonna do the height. We need that crazy PID sum. Yaw low pass hertz, do not copy that over. And then we get into the PIDs, do not copy those over. The demons, do not copy those over. Set idle minimum RPM 30, that's fine to copy over. See that? Look at that. See that red text? Invalid name. So they've changed the name of the idle minimum RPM. So that's fine. It says error. It doesn't accept it. Moving on. Here's our rates. We can copy those over. And that's the end of the diff. Hit save, and now a lot of stuff has been copied in. That's not everything though. We're gonna use some presets here. Let's connect again, and let's check power and battery to make sure they have the low numbers. Yeah, 2.9 minimum cell voltage, 3.2 warning cell voltage. All right, so let's do failsafe. I've been raising my failsafe. I've been doubling my failsafe, 3 full seconds for the failsafe, especially on a TinyWhoop. It's not gonna hurt anybody. All right, so let's do some presets. We're gonna come in here and we're gonna do a filter preset first. We are using RPM filtering, and since this is super high RPM, most of the vibrations are gonna happen up in the higher RPMs. So we can probably get away with this clean build with RPM filtering, and then from what Brandon was saying, we're probably going to add some additional filters. But yeah, I think this is going to be a good starting point for us. So save and reboot. And then, all right, we're going to come back in here, back to the presets, and we're going to do a RC link preset as well. So we are on Express LRS 250 Hertz. So we're going to pick that. And then we're going to do cinematic for nice and smooth. Serial separate RX. Well, no, I'm actually not. I think if I select this, it's going to do something in the ports tab, which I don't want. Voltage telemetry readings. I think this goes into the OSD. So I'm just going to select that the fine-tuning cinematic. Just going to pick that one. Save and reboot. I can probably do these things all at once, but it feels safer to save and reboot it each time. And then there's one more preset that I want to do. What the hell is it? Modes, LEDs. I guess that was it. I guess those are the two that I wanted to do. Coming to PID tuning here. The PID tune is completely stone stock, but on 4.3, the stock PIDs are very aggressive. So we're going to leave this alone. We're going to move the iTerm relax down to 5. Because, you know, cinematic, basically. Anti-gravity, I'm going to back off to 3. Dynamic damping, we're going to do 40 and 0. That's a very safe value to have it at. Motor output, 100%, because these are the 10,000 kV low RPM motors. Dynamic idle value, we're going to do 30. Thrust linear, we copied in as a 10, and we're going to hit save. Rates came over. Filters. So, Brandon's Baked Beans is suggesting additional notches. 2 to 3 narrow notches. So let's do this. Let's take the dynamic notch from 1 up to 2, and then we're going to take the max frequency all the way up to 900 to deal with the high RPM nonsense. Good to go there. Let's make sure that this is on 4K. Yep, it's on 4K. Accelerometer is on. The rest is turned off. OSD is on. LED strip is on. Don't need soft serial. All right, this is all looking good. I didn't make any changes there. Ports. Let's check our screenshot here. Configuration MSP on UART1, serial RX on UART2. Cool, good to go there. Receiver, make sure everything came over here, crossfire there, 1000 to 2000. Let's add in a little bit of deadband, and everything else looks okay. My modes should have come over, they sure did. All right, so the modes are good to go. Isn't there a, yeah, LED low is set to the middle. Okay, beeper, good to go. Air mode. Okay, cool. Did the adjustments come over? They did not, but that's okay. Unless they're set up. Yeah, they are set up. So we're going to do these adjustments real quick. Aux 2. Although on this rig, we don't really need this on this rig. This is a cinematic rig. We're not going to be... well, whatever. I'll turn it on. It's fine. OSD profile, aux2. This just allows me to turn the OSD on and off on a switch. D-Shot 300, good to go, bidirectional, 12 magnets, and yeah, so we should be all set. Let's make sure that the motors are in the right spots, though. Where the hell? Here we go. Okay, they should have come over with the resource. Actually, they should just be in the right spots regardless, but we're gonna make absolutely sure because it's so incredibly easy to do. Reorder motors, start. That's the right rear, right front, left rear, left front. Yeah, so they were good to go. Save. Let's check the motor direction. Okay. Yes. Wizard. Start spin. Oh wow, motor 1 is wrong. Motor 2 is wrong. Motor 3 is wrong. All the motors are wrong. They're all spinning the wrong direction. Interesting. Now they're all spinning the right direction. Out, 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 and out. Cool. And now we're good to go here. OSD looking fine. Video transmitter on until first arm. 50 gigawatts. All right. We don't have black box. And let's check the RPM filtering queue. Type get RPM, and then if you scroll down, there is RPM filter Q, which is 650. I think one of those presets takes care of that, so that's pretty safe. All right, let's give it a shot and see how it is. This will be an interesting little test. So we added a little. We used the clean,
World.
preset with RPM filtering. Michael D says, don't forget the VTX table. It came over in the CLI. Speaking of the VTX, did you figure out VTX issues with the rig on Monday? Maybe? I don't remember. Was that the Mobula 6? I think it was a little bit better. Man, I forget though. But we'll fly it later tonight. We'll see if it's any better. Okay, so yeah, this is fairly safe so far, the way that I have this set up, in hopes that we can just get it up in the air with the Insta360 on it at all, without it oscillating and going crazy. This will be super interesting because we didn't really spend any time in 4.2 trying to get this going, but 4.2 was definitely not working, and it wasn't like, the filtering was pretty generous. The tune was cranked up a little bit, but again, we need a cranked up tune to deal with the weight of the Insta360 GO 2 up really high on this. So let's see what happens here. I'm very interested to see how this is going to do right now. So powering up the transmitter. It might just fly away because 4.3 for me so far has been very challenging to tune. Sounds better already on the ground though. The motors are spinning down lower. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So you see how it's not hanging up in the air anymore? Oh boy. Oh, this is good. This is really good news. Let's feel the motors, make sure they're not boiling hot. They are not. Let's plug in the VRX and we'll get in the goggles and we'll see what the current numbers are looking like. Oh boy. 4.3 coming through. We'll also start to take a look at how the tune is. We might need to crank this tune way the hell up to deal with the weight, but we'll see in a second. All right, here we go. This is with the Insta360 GO. I will say this, it did feel a little bit underpowered, but these batteries might be dead. I mean, let's see. I also got to figure out why I'm getting that. Oh, I know why I'm getting that link quality warning. So these batteries are at 3.9 at idle. At hover, they're going to 3.7. Now they're sagging down to 3.5. Oh boy. Yeah, it is hard to fly with the Insta360 on it. Oh boy, don't crash the rig with the Insta360 GO on it. So we're over a minute of flight time, and we were dicking around with these batteries before. Sagging down to 3.4 at a cruise. No, not at a cruise, at a hover. Minute and 30. This is the best that any of these tiny lifters have ever flown. Woo! Oh, I forgot to check the tune. I've just been... Well, no, let's wait. All right, so now the battery's getting down low enough. I think that link quality warning sounds nice and smooth. That link quality warning, I believe, is clogging up the warnings, so it's not going to give us the low battery warning. So that's pretty slick. Couple of things right off the bat. The 4-blade propellers on these 10,000 kV motors are just barely enough. Like, this is not... it does not have an excess of power, let's say. I don't think the frame is stripped out. I think I just didn't tighten... I think the frame might be stripped out. This left side screw. Or maybe it's vibrating out? I can't imagine it's vibrating out, though. But it keeps backing itself out. The screw in the rear seems to be fine. Yeah, I don't know. Keep an eye on that. These are also kind of crappy batteries. Without, you know, it feels mean to say that, but they are. So let me do this. Let me take a couple of the Weebly batteries and I'll get them on the charger, so that at some point here we can put a proper set of batteries on this thing. Maybe that's all it needs for the extra power. Next set of batteries we run through this, though, we're gonna do some flips and rolls and see how wobbly the tune is. But that actually didn't seem all that bad, if I'm honest. That was not terrible. I mean, it was totally flyable. It wasn't wobbling around under like smooth cinematic flying, and that's a big deal. The next thing we're going to need to check, though, is the Insta360 GO footage to see if there's a bunch of jello in it. I need to do that with the lights cranked up in here, though. So let me do that. Let me make these lights a little bit brighter in here. Short lamp, we're going to do that, and then retro lamp, we're going to do that. All right, it is now an awful lot brighter in here. We'll probably send it upstairs too while we're farting around, because that was one of the original problems. So that's been one of the problems I've been fighting with these tiny lifters, is that a lot of these micro TinyWhoop motors are just not balanced at all, and they put vibrations into the Insta360 GO too, and everything other than GoPros are super sensitive to jello. So yeah, these NewBeeDrone Flow motors, while they are nice and smooth here, like when you just turn them, they might be out of balance. So that's going to be sort of the grand equalizer. But for the time being, let's just try to figure the tune out, and we'll cross that jello bridge when we get there. So I'm not going to change anything, because I'm just super happy that that we've got the the PID tune's not losing its effing mind. And I'm just going to throw another set of batteries on here, and we'll do some flips and rolls and see how it handles the the unbelievable amount of extra weight. So I mean, like, basically what one of the reasons I really like the name Tinylifter for these is that the tuning experience that we're going to be going through here is going to be very similar to what the lifter guys go through, which is a fucking nightmare. And yeah, away we go. VRX is having a hard time. Wait, no. Oh, fuck, I forgot to, I wanted to put it into Betaflight and fix the RSSI thing. But that can wait. All right, so let's see here. Let's do some rolls. Okay. So it needs some more love on the roll axis. We'll do a left roll. Woo boy, yeah. All right, let's check the pitch axis. Shut up, transmitter. Same thing. Same thing. Yeah, all right, so and we'll do a front flip. Pitch axis doesn't seem as bad as the roll axis, which is kind of interesting. Yaw is sharp but wobbly. Runtime's looking okay though. Let me shut my phone up here. Runtime ain't looking bad. We were doing some full throttle blasts on that. Let's push it into some Jesus. Yeah, it is. It does not have much power. See how it is in the ultimate crucible, which is going up the stairs. Okay, all right. Flying around upstairs, okay. Let's try to get a little elevation drop going and see how it does. Not bad, not bad. So, I mean, for flying this thing in a cinematic way, which is very specifically what this is for, this is, like, totally doable. I'm going to get it back downstairs because, man, all I want to do is start doing wild shit up there. And that is just not what this rig is for. This is not a freestyle rig in any way, shape, or form. This is a Tinylifter, yo. Let's keep running the battery down and see what kind of runtime we get. So this is two 1S 260 mAh batteries. Man, it is loud. These quad blades are quiet, but they're heavy, and I mean the whole thing is heavy. So man, it's just gonna be loud. Battery's down at 3.25. Oh boy. Fly it up above my head. Feel the downdraft. Should be a lot of it. Yeah, a lot of downdraft. Of course, picking up a heavy weight. Battery's now really coming down. 3.0. 2.5 minute runtime. Not bad, yo. I mean, I admittedly, I over discharged the battery a little bit, but these are the worst of the BT 2.0 batteries. And we were doing all those full throttle blasts, right? Like those full throttle blasts to do the flips and rolls. Not bad. So this is in desperate need of DGain to handle those wobbles. The sharpness, the reason why I called out the sharpness of the yaw, for example, is that the P gain is what basically controls the sharpness. The D gain is what controls the prop wash handling. That's not true in all cases. I'm actually going to give it a little bit more P gain. I think I'm going to move the master multiplier up a little bit. Master slider up a little bit, I should say. But I am also going to throw a bunch of D gain at it to see how it handles it. So let's do that, and we will fix the OSD issue. It's looking for the RSSI somewhere that it's not. So let's connect here. Let's fix that first receiver, and then we're going to take this RSSI channel aux 4. Oh, there it is. There it is. It's up on aux 12, right? Let's see. Yeah, it's up on aux 12, I think. Aux 12 is moving around a lot, so let's pick aux 12. Crossfire, you don't do anything with the RSSI channel here. I guess ELRS, you do have to do something. Man, I can't keep track. I can't remember. But yeah, aux 12 is moving all around. It might be aux 11 though. Did I see aux 11 move a little bit? Nah, it's got to be aux 12. All right, cool. So let's save that. Do I have link quality in the OSD? I don't think I do. I don't. I just have RSSI. So let's move that over, and then we're gonna do. Where's link quality? Here it is. Let's get link quality in there. Okay, awesome. Move over by one. All right, cool. So the OSD should be fixed now, and let's go into PID tuning. We're gonna move this master multiplier up. Let's just do 1.1, and then the damping, I'm gonna really push the damping. So where are we at now? We're at, on roll, we're 33 and 44. If I go up to 1.2, 39 and 52, maybe that's enough. Maybe that's enough. In chat, we've got PJ saying, anyone is hearing In the World playing randomly. Is it really? Is it playing randomly? What is that about? Why would it? I mean, I do have it turned on here. Here, let me remove it. Remove In the World. Okay. It's removed. That's strange. Tracking P&I gains. No, tracking seems fine. Stick response. I don't like feed forward, but I'm going to leave it alone because I know that it really helps in 4.3. Dynamic damping DMax. Let's turn the DMax up a little bit. What the hell? Not a ton. But we'll turn DMax up to just 1.1. Drift wobble, iGain's fine. What did I say? Roll was worse than pitch. So let's bring the pitch down a little bit. Let's just bring it down the tiniest little bit. Just to 0.95. All right, let's see how that is. That's a pretty subtle change. I don't know if that's going to really make any actual difference. I did do the Express LRS preset. Ramdago says, liked your comment about a flat 1S to help handling. Found a flat 1S GNB. How to mount, find soon. Oh, okay. I got you, Ramdago. Okay. Brunswick Bean says, set the aux channel to none. I thought so, but why do I see it coming through on aux 12? That's weird, isn't it? All right, we're gonna set it to none, or not none, but disabled. All right, cool. All right, yeah, let's see how that is. Let's see how that is. Maybe that's just enough. I have a feeling it's not, but I don't want to go too nuts. It's a cinematic rig. It's a lifter. It's whatever. I would rather have the tune be a little bit soft, but have it be flyable, than have a cranked up tune. Let's throw the brand new TinyWhoop 300 mAh batteries onto it, because it's getting late already, and we're going to I'm going to run out of time here to fly the Mobula 6 around, and I'm just so curious how this thing will be with a proper set of batteries on it. One of the things that I notice about these is that the corners are really sharp, so just take it, and when you get your fresh folded cell batteries, take the bottom and put it on a flat surface and just round the corners out, and that'll make it way easier for you to get them into the battery bays. Cool. Yeah, I'm cooking dinner for the family tonight, so I don't want this stream to run over. And there it is, much easier to stick in. Child. I'm a child. It played In the World when you switched to this forward camera scene. Oh, that's because I forgot to turn it off. You gotta turn it on and then turn it off. That's funny. All right. Thanks for the heads up, friends. Come on. Okay, here we go. Come on. And I'm actually going to turn the Insta360 GO on for this little flight here. And we can take a look at the footage to see if there's any jello. Although I really have a feeling there won't be, but I mean, you never know. All right, Insta360 GO is on. Canopy is somewhat tight. And it's recording. All right, let's see. Man, this could be it, friends. This could be the first. What the hell is happening there? Was it? Why is it doing that? Why are you doing that? Stop it. Was it doing that a minute ago? What is happening? I have a feeling the little Ishin VRX might be shitting the bed. But let me try this. Let me kick the power up and see what happens. Is that any better? Wow, that's way better. Jesus, okay. Let's see what's what. Tune's still good. It's not over-tuned yet. And it feels better on these batteries. What's the hover point? 40% throttle? That ain't bad. Let's see here. Still wobbly, but definitely a little bit better. I just hit the lamp. Lucky I didn't crash the damn thing. Let's do a roll. Yeah, still definitely wobbly, but again, we're not going to be doing flips and rolls with this rig, so let's go get some cinematic footage. Oh boy, that fan was a little close there. So we're just going to hang out here. I'm really interested to see how long these batteries run for. This is now a brand new folded cell. TinyWhoop.com, 300 mAh battery. Trying to keep myself under control. So you see it wobbling a little bit. I think that's ground effect that it's getting into. That's a sign of a tune that's a little soft if it can't deal with ground effect. I am just going to keep turning the tune up on this until it gets to the point where there's too much noise. Jesus Christ, it picks up speed quick. That was a nice little elevation drop, and it really handled it well. That was pretty impressive. Hopefully the video noise isn't too bad for you guys. Look at that. Yeah, it's dropping elevation without any problems. Let me try to drop elevation at 0 throttle and see what happens. See it get a little wobbly? That's kind of to be expected. More PID gains will definitely help that. Let's do another flip. Much better on that flip. Wow. Battery is at 3.6 and we're over 2 minutes. Look at these batteries. Look at the runtime. All right. See if I can gently get it down the stairs without wrecking it. Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck. I really need to not be flying this upstairs. Oh, I don't have turtle mode set up. This might be broken. These tiny lifters do not like to be crashed, much like Tinyllifters. It's really important to not crash these things. It's just the camera is just way too heavy. I think I got away with it though. Yeah, I appear to have gotten away with it. The canopy screws even kind of survived. Okay, man, it scares me to crash these things. That's why I didn't want to go up the stairs. Wow, I gotta be honest. I'm pretty blown away by this rig. This is Jesus. Still flies okay. Let's keep it running. Let's see where the runtime gets to with these batteries. We're already at 2 minutes and 22. I kind of want to bring these batteries in now though, because they're at 3.5 per. And I don't want to like hammer on these batteries, but let's just keep it going a little while longer. It was a little interesting little bobble there. Oh, I flew in front of the fan. That's what it was. There's a fan right here. This is another interesting way to test out a tune. Put it in front of a fan. If it's got a really locked in tune, it'll be able to handle that. If not, it'll get a little wobbly. And we've already kind of figured out that this is a little bit of a soft tune right now. Batteries are now down at 3.4. Wow, we're over 3 minutes of runtime though. I'm gonna bring it in. I don't want to hurt these. Oh, Jesus. I don't want to hurt these batteries on their first discharge. Yo! Not bad. Let's get that footage into the Insta360 GO app and see if it's all jello-y and horrible. If not, this is a huge, huge win for the Tinylifters, yo. And like, there might be a bunch more headroom for more tune. We can dive into that probably not tonight because it's going to take me a minute to get this footage into here. But damn, yo, what a fucking win. And it survived that hit. It survived that crash. I might not be giving it enough credit for the durability. It might be not. So the previous versions of the Tinylifter were on 1mm motor shaft motors. And every time I crashed it, it bent a bell or broke a bell or broke a motor shaft. These are now 1.5mm motor shaft motors. And yeah, I mean, that is a humongous increase in strength. The batteries aren't even warm. Ooh, buddy. This is we're looking good, man. We are looking real good. I really wanted to play with the other two Tinylifters tonight, but they need to have like full setups done on them. I guess I can probably just do a diff from this one though. That'll even bring the tune over. Well, let's do that while this footage is well, no, it's we're gonna run it. We're gonna run the footage right off of the camera actually. Insta360 GO Studios coming up. Remind me later. Open. Sure. Where is... Oh, no. So we have to hit a button on this thing to get it to connect. Press to connect. Just press to connect. Now it should pop up. I named this hard drive Tiny Wreck Dick because I'm 8 years old. It's a joke from the league. Insta360, there we go. DCIM, camera 01. Oh, Jesus, I have a whole bunch of shit on here. Pro Video. This is the one. Let's open it. And pray for no jello, friends. Let's see. The house is pretty dark right now, though. My God, the image quality on the fucking Insta360 GO is so good. It's so much better than it should be. Come on, baby. No fucking jello. No jello. Well, it's a very low frame rate. It's 24 frames a second. So when you're doing fast rotations like that, it gets a little stuttery. What do we got on? Flow state is on right now. Let's kill flow state. Flying up the stairs. I don't see any jello. I don't see any jello. And on the previous versions of this with the other motors, there was like very noticeable jello. And we're changing all different all different throttle values, all different RPMs, and there is just none. So the house is dark and the sensor is tiny, so there's a lot of noise in the shadows. There's some of the wobbliness. That's wobbliness from the ground effect. We don't have flow state on. Watch how flow state cleans that up though. Ready? Look at the difference. Ready? Same spot. Coming down into it, wobble, 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 all gone. Wobble, 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 all gone. Wobble. There was a little bit. There was a little bit. Flow state is really good. All right, flow state's back off again. Flow state will not take jello out. So you can still see jello with flow state on, but I just find, like, for tuning and whatnot, it's better to look at it without the stabilization. This is really impressive. This is really, really impressive. This is absolutely, hands down, the best the Tinylifter has ever flown with these NewBeeDrone 1102 Flow 10,000 kV motors. Big bobble there on that elevation drop. More P&D should help that. Not should, will help that. Man, that's not bad. That is not bad there. This is the video that I get from this, it'll basically all be like this, because this is all video that I'll be getting for Instagram. Let's watch the crash. That was a big hit, man. That fell down a bunch of stairs. Yo. I mean, the big test will be flying around outside in the sunlight. But, you know, to be honest, like, this is mainly going to be flown, like, indoor sketchy spots, like malls and shit. So this is actually a pretty good test. And, man, there is not a frame of jello. Like, you can see it when you pause. Let me actually go back to the upstairs footage, because I think it is a little brighter up there than down here. And we'll just pause it. Oh, so it is big throttle right now, and there is still no jello. Man, that is an acceptable amount of bounce back right there. The wobbles that you're getting are from flying near shit. There's also 2 fans blowing around up there. Yo, I am pretty shocked. So let's look at FPV stabilization. Wait, now is this me holding the rig? What's happening here? That was me holding the rig. Here's flying around. I think it's also stuttering a little bit because I'm playing this off of the camera. But yeah, the 24 frames a second, it does not like yaw. When you yaw, you really look at it taking out all that vibration and bobbling flying in front of the fan. That's really impressive. So this is FPV stabilization, which doesn't lock the horizon. This is basically like regular old hypersmooth. Yo, this is legit. This is, this ain't bad. In a 3-minute runtime, yo, I could run all the way down to the end of the mall and come all the way back. Big fucking win, yo. Tinylifter #1 in a flyable state already. Wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I need to fly this somewhere where there's space to do long straight lines rather than all this yaw. You know, in the basement here, it's all yawing around, and that really makes that 24 frames a second look super jumpy. Also, there's not much light down here, so it's opening the shutter up like crazy. The shutter speed up like crazy. This is pretty fantastic already, though. So I'm going to get this outside tomorrow and run this up and down the street, and we'll see if there's any jello. Look at this horizon lock, man. God damn. Okay. 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 Man, I thought we were going to be in PID tuning hell tonight, but wow. So I don't know if this is like 4.3 being awesome, or these motors being awesome, or what. But Jesus, any of you guys in chat, were any of you guys on board for the previous Tinylifter nightmares that I've had? That jumpiness might also be because I'm pulling this directly off of the camera. Once I copy this file to the hard drive, it might be a little bit better. Wow, that's huge, man. We got 8 more minutes. Let me get caught up on chat real quick. And, well, I'm going to grab the diff off of this, plug this in real quick, and at least update one of these. I don't have props on it, though. We're not going to have time. I'm also, like, starving. But I might as well do this. I can show you guys. So if you have completely identical rigs, other than the motor limiting, I am going to need to add motor limiting because these are now 18,000 kV. But if you have completely identical rigs, here's how easy it is. I can get rid of this previous diff. So come in here, connect, and diff. Everything pops out. Grab it all, copy it to your clipboard, disconnect, unplug. We are going to have to update the firmware on this rig. We'll do the black one first. Why not? So we're going to update the firmware, and then I'm just going to paste that entire diff in. And then this thing should, well, the motors might not be turning the right direction because they're different motors. But let's connect and look what's on here. Yeah, 4.2.9. So we're going to go to update firmware like we did before. Load firmware local. Same file as before. BLV3, open, flash firmware. While that's going, I'm going to look at chat real quick and get caught up. A Cable says I'm late, but I made it. Oh, you missed some good shit, A Cable. These tiny lifters are rocking. Brandon's by Bean says aux 12 is for DJI. Interesting. Okay. Brandon's by Bean says it played in the. Oh, got that. Mudderton said we got that. Michael D says there we go. Cleared up before you up. It cleared up before you up the power. Oh. Good. Oh. Right. Of course. It was first VTX was on 5 milliwatts because. Low power until first arm. Brandon's Vapine says increased tracking. I think it might tighten that up or reduce iTerm Relax to 10 if you like how smooth it is. I already have iTerm Relax done on 5, Brandon. Eva FPV's in the house. She says how it goes that I've been working on tuning the Cinesplorer now that has a functioning flight controller. Nice. Michael D says the roll kicked back in when you went up to the second floor. Interesting. Okay. That's annoying. Michael D says, awesome flight. Really tempted to get parts to build my own. I'm pretty impressed by this. It's a pretty specific rig, though, if I'm completely honest. CLI, look, now we got that diff in the clipboard. Paste it in. Look for any red. Good to go. Hit save, and now this rig is set up exactly the same. Ramdonka says, what battery is that? Sorry, I missed some audio. Just now, that flight was 2 brand new 300 mAh TinyWhoop.com BT 2.0 folded cell batteries. Jason Crabtree says, any chance you can drop this Tinylifter recipe in the video description? I can, although it's super straightforward. It's just a NewBeeDrone V3 AIO with their camera and canopy and all that shit. True RC antenna. That was the NewBeeDrone Flow 1102 10,000 kV motors, and yeah, double BT 2.0. That's it. That was on quadblades. I'm gonna do. Yeah, there's gonna be more Tinylifter content coming soon, but I need to. Yeah, David Ciotti's in the chat. What's up, Dad? He says, "What does jello look like?" Ooh, God, what a question. A really good question. Hold on. Jello in video footage. Let's see. That's what it looks like, Dad, right there. That's what it looks like. Here's what it looks like. Look at flight test coming through. So here's what jello looks like. It's this down here. It's almost like anti-aliasing. It's just a, it's like a squiggly kind of blurriness in video footage. That's not the best picture of it. We can find better. We can find better. That's a pretty harsh example there. It doesn't usually put stuff at an angle like that. Yeah, it just looks wrong. It's man, is it hard to? It is hard to put into words. But this is not a great example of it either. The easiest way to find jello is to look at the sun. It'll make the sun look all wibbly wobbly. Yeah, there's not a great image of it here. Inevitably, one of these rigs will probably have jello, so we'll be able to take a look at it. Let's take a look at this real quick. Mute it, and stabilization. Come on, give me some jello. Give me some jello. Yeah, there you go. See how the clouds are moving around? See how the clouds are like kind of like... That's jello. That's jello right there. The way the clouds are kind of like... Yeah, it's just a very unnatural kind of thing. Hopefully I don't get copyright dinged for that. It's caused by rolling shutter, though. Yeah, you can see it up here. But it's... Oh, there's a great example of it, actually. This little bit of judderiness here, that's a really good example of it. Hold on, let me go. I can't go full screen. I'll definitely get copyright dinged if I go full screen. But yeah, it's... there it is. There it is. That just like... That little bit of... yeah, looks like the video is made of jello. Connect. I'm not gonna have time to do this, but Brandon's McBean says try lowering the iTerm drift wobble slider and test to see if you get less of them loose wobbles. I didn't see any loose wobbles. Did you, Brandon? I didn't notice that. But I will try that for sure. Metadirtskin got some of the T-Motor 0803s. Would those be acceptable for a tiny lifter, or is there any hope making it work on 1S? Man, I tried my ass off to make it work on 1S, and I couldn't get enough thrust metal. I just don't think it's going to get it done. I think 1S, you'd have to run a big-ass 1S battery, like a 550. I wouldn't recommend it. I would also not recommend running those 22,000 kV motors on 2S with a motor limit. You're going to have to dump the motor limit down to like 50%, and that's too low. Worth a shot. I didn't try super hard, so you might be okay, but I doubt it. That's all I'm going to say. David Ciotti says, looks like horizontal sync problems on old TVs. Very similar to that. Very similar to that. Also kind of similar to VHS tracking being off, the way it kind of does this wibbly wobbliness. Michael D with the last super chat, he says, Jello and video search results have me cracking up. Yeah. The picture is shivering, Denny says. That's an interesting word for it. Yeah, I can see that. Metadirtskin with the actual last comment, and then he says, once you see it, you'll start spotting it in pro drone shots and documentaries. Yeah, very true. An FPV pilot wouldn't have put up with that. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Once you see jello once, you'll notice it all over the goddamn place. It's caused by CMOS sensors and rolling shutter. You know, rolling shutter exposes a fraction of the image top to bottom over and over and over and over again. And so when you have vibrations, as it's exposing down through the frame, the vibration will happen a little bit here, and then the vibration is over here, and then the vibration is over here, and then the vibration. So you end up getting this odd, like the video just looks very unnatural. Kizbar says reminds me of blowing a raspberry and focus. Yeah, great. Just it's not exactly, but yeah, blowing raspberries with your tongue and then focusing on something, and it kind of just wibbles around. Thanks for hanging out, folks. I gotta go make dinner for the family, and I can't wait. God damn it! Here's some flying with no jello, because I don't put up with that on 5-inch rigs. Watch, the props will be all banged up and it'll be all jello-y. Thanks for hanging out, friends. I'll see you again on Friday. We'll play some more with these tiny lifters, I think. Michael D with a last-minute super chat for the PS5. I mean DJI goggles to fund. $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Michael D. Head on over to CiottiFPV.com. Click all the buttons. Support your gangly buddies so we can build more tiny lifters. Love you. Bye-bye. I'm not ready. Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Still not ready. Bye-bye. Love you guys. Be good.